Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep, welcome back to the map editor, and welcome back to this island that we're making. Last time we were working on a tiny, almost inconsequential piece of land. We were working on, if we go in close, this tiny little island in the river delta, just there. And we were doing that because, well, it needed to be done and it was gonna bug us something chronic. But we also changed this little nubbin of land underwater. If we just go underwater, we added a little sandbar underneath so that anyone swimming out to our jumping puzzle goes from a swim state to a walking state before they hit the rock. It's these little things you've got to think about. It's like, ooh, if someone swims out to my clever little plan, my little stacked rocks in the sea, are they even going to be able to get on it? Well, if you add island mesh underneath, they go from swimming to standing, so the answer for us is hopefully yes. But this episode, we are not going to be focusing on some tiny little island in the middle of the river. We're going to go and have a look at the forest, because the forest is lovely, but it's kind of been neglected by us. We've kind of not done much here since throwing in a couple of cliffs, fallen tree, a little entrance for the river outlet, some sort of North American Rocky Mountain slopes, and a bunch of cook pines. Well, you know, when you put it like that, there does seem to be a lot of stuff that has been done here, but it's kind of big and open, and we kind of want to leave it open in a way so that people, if they want to build a little building or something up here, they can. Or, you know, they can just build on the beach. There's thing. Oh, hello. What are you doing? I mean, I would put that down because you are gonna hurt yourself with that thing. Anyway, so if you're joining us for the first time, we are using W to go forward, S to go back, A to go left, D to go right, Q to go down, E to go up. We are pushing and holding the right mouse button to pan the camera around because that's how we look around. If we select objects, if we select an object, we're using R to rotate, T to transform, C to clone, delete to delete. There we go. And if we look away, we press F to focus, because if you have something selected and you're like, oh no, I'm not entirely sure what I've got selected, only that something has been selected. F focuses, boom, done. The bigger the object, the further away you're going to be. So if we select the boat for focus, boom. We're kind of a long way away, but the boat is there. Excellent. So we're going to hit terrain and objects at the top. If you are sure you have something selected, like the boat, but I'm not getting any guidelines or anything to say that it is selected. The buttons at the top under terrain, objects and camera, they are rotate and transform. So if we select it, rotate, transform. You also have the focus button at the bottom, which is the eye and the object. Boom, focus. You got the clone tool and you've got the delete. The delete is actually a bin with a cube going into it and a little lid. It's kind of weird. I don't know why they wouldn't just put the bin there. Just a little bin. I'm pretty sure that's actually a Unity thing, since the whole game runs in Unity, much like Hearthstone and Ori and the Blind Forest. Wait, what? Ori and the Blind Forest? That's a Unity game? Well, yeah. Yes, it is. Anyway, we got some stuff to do because we got an island and we don't want it looking like poop. So, we're going to go terrain. We're going to hit the cog. We're going to turn the water off. Where is the water? Don't push any of these things. It's the display ocean tab. A little box there with a tick. Click on that. Generate island is going to ruin your day. Yeah, don't click on any of these buttons. We could just leave everything. It's only the display ocean tab that we want. Terrain. Raise and lower. Remember the amount slider? This lower slider is inherited between all of these settings. So smooth height, set height, and raise and lower height. It will ruin your day again if you have that all the way up and you start clicking around because, well, there's no undo. Just if you make a mistake, leave the editor and come back again without saving. Also, go to objects a second. Look, the shadows get a little bit beansed if you turn the water off and you're looking at a shadow. So the way we get around that is to go back to the cog, display ocean, turn it on, look at the sun, display ocean, turn it off, go back, and now the shadows, if we hit objects, shadows are now all fixed and we can move around without getting, well, a little bit nauseous. Okay, so this is the river. We're going to do some stuff here. It's always going to be one of those things we come back to, make it a little bit deeper, a little bit more something. So we're going to hit up the train brush. We're going to hit raise and lower, change the size down because that is frankly enormous. And if it's too big, then it's no fun. We're going to take the amount slider. We're going to push it all the way to the left, which is the lowest of its settings, and then pull it back by 2 or 3 pixels because, well, 2 or 3 pixels means that it's not going to ruin our day when we click and hold. That's raise. We're going to click on the lower button, and that's lower. Boom. Very, very easy. We're going to push this down because it should be a lot deeper than it is. It's not very deep. It's not very fun. And if it's not deep, it's not fun. Well, I'm glad we could get all of this sorted out. So we're just kind of clicking and holding and do a little brushy boy through here. What we're going to do is push down into... the light disappears, but it's not actually attached to the clouds. It's just a thing that happens. I wonder if we could change the time of day, in fact, to get some more light on the subject. We can kind of do it, yeah. So the timer slider, well, it kind of gets us more light on the subject. Excellent. So if we go back to raise and lower, because even on these settings, you've still got the brush icon. It doesn't do anything when you've got the settings slider open. So we're just pushing back on the edge of this little rubbery boy, because we need to get it nice and deep through here. There we go. Much better. Ooh, what would we be afraid of? Well, that's much better through there. Much better. So if someone falls off, they're going to go straight into the swim animation. Excellent. We're going to have to smooth that out a little bit, but what we're going to do is go back here, change the size of the brush all the way down. And this was a thing that was going to be a pain in the butt. This is lower. We're going to leave the terrain on, and we're just going to brush in these edges, just lower everything down, raise everything down, raise everything to the ground, lower it down, burn it all. Yeah, I just wanted a little bit deeper through here. I'm going to have to smooth it off because it's looking a bit jaggy, but that's not a problem. So what we're going to do is keep an eye out for any sort of patches of bubbles next to a... So if we come here, next to your beach, between the water and beach, if there's a patch of bubbles, that means that when you go into the game, you will see it as a gap between the water mesh and the land. So you just kind of need to make sure the land is smooth and, well, as smooth as you can make it. Speaking of smooth, we're going to hit the third button on the way in, and that is the smooth terrain. And then we change the amount up about halfway, just under halfway, because we are an auteur, and you know what? We're not going to do what everyone thinks we're going to do. No, we're not. Oh, we've done the thing again with the shadows. Alright, display ocean on. Look at the sun. Sun, hello, I like you. Now turn display ocean off. The shadows are now docked to where they should be docked. Now, we got all these little triangles. Little triangles. That's because everything in the 3D space made of polygons is actually made up of a little triangle. You can have lots of triangles and it makes it look like a smooth surface, or you can have 2 triangles like here where the island mesh is, and it makes it look like a bit of a rough surface. So we're going to hit smooth height, and we're just going to brush through here, and it's going to normalize all those triangle-y points, and it's going to ruin a lot of what we've just done. What? Yes, the cost of smoothing things out is to lose some of the depth that we just put in. What do we do about that? Well, we just keep brushing in and taking away, and then it's kind of I'm afraid that's what we've got. So it's still pretty deep through there, and this bit here, well, it's not so deep, but you know what? We might just have to live with that. I think we'll just have to live with it. Excellent. Objects. Oh, is that a little bubble? No, it's not. That's just a little bit of light. I was like, oh, I'm a little bit worried. The reason that the shadow thingy freaks out is probably because there's a shadow map on the ocean, and then when you go underwater, boop, shadow drops down again. I don't know why the shadow does this on the water mesh instead of actually being on the island mesh where it should be, and having like a faint shadow on the water mesh. It's a little bit too crisp. It's a little bit too harsh, I think. There should be some, like a diffusion map or something put in there. I don't know. We're going to hit up rocks. Hello, rocks. This is the toolbox. Objects toolbox. So we've hit up objects. Anything in here we can click on and then drag out of the objects toolbox. We're going to go to small rock. Well, small rock runs pretty fun. So we can drag him out. There's a little picture right at the bottom. Click and hold, pull them out, and they'll follow the terrain or objects or whatever until we let go. And then when we let go, it becomes something we can manipulate using these toggles. Oh, isn't that fun? It's fun. So what we're going to do is put this here because we're going to use it to dress that kind of rough, raggedy edge and kind of give some logic to the steepness of the beach there. Excellent. Also kind of defining the fact that there's a little river buoy there. That makes a little bit more sense. So we'll rotate, do a little bit of a rotate. Yeah, cool. You do see this sort of stuff in real life where there is a bit of a beach and then, oh, there's a little bit of a waterway. What have we got in there? Oh yeah, that good example of what you shouldn't have. These bubbles here along the edges, that is because there is gonna be a gap in the terrain. What? So I've just grabbed another rock. I'm just gonna use it to kind of throw in here. T to transform, down, little green tab, push that in. Blue, red, and green, X, Y, Z. They're gonna, oh look, more bubbles. Nope, okay, I'm going to delete you. You have been deleted because we have a slight problem here. So these bubbles, it means this here is going to be a gap in the water mesh. So anyone swimming through here is going to be like, boop, boop, oh, this is a lovely island, except you forgot this bit here where there's a freaking gap, you doofus. And I'm like, oh no, how do we fix that? Well, let's look up at the sun. Turn the ocean off. Oh, ocean, are you okay? Shadows, you okay? Everything's fine. So it's this bit here that okay, so it's this bit here, all along the watchtower. What we're going to do is hit terrain. We're going to read terrain set height. Read terrain paint height. Bottom button. Third of the brushes, bottom button, and we're going to click here, just in front of this raised up area. We're going to change the amount slider down because the raise and the set height buttons, well, they're pretty aggressive. And then what we're going to do is just brush in this area here. Now, this is going to take the terrain from inside the rock. So if we push our face inside the rock, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's pull our face outside of the rock. Ugh, there's so many bits of rock here. There we go. That's the island mesh. And the blue brushes sort of interacting with the island mesh. And then to our right is the rock face. That's kind of what we're using the cliff to mask, that sudden rise up, so that on one side we have island mesh, on the other side we have a ravine, and the rock is just dressing that sort of difference between upper and lower area. What? Yay! So we don't just have a sudden drop in terrain. That'd be weird. I mean, wouldn't that be weird? I think that would be weird. So we're going to get rid of some of these triangular bits by using the terrain set height brush. And we're just going to push and hold. And just kind of push in, remembering that there are, in fact, lots of little triangles. It is having an effect. You can kind of see it having an effect. So push, 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 push. It's good. And I think we could probably do something similar in there. We kind of have to be a little bit careful because this bit here is above the little gap at the end of the rainbow and the end of the river. So we don't want to push that in so much. I'm going to try and see if we can bring that down there. I don't think we can. Alright. It's having an effect. It's having an effect. It's having an effect. Okay, so push in there. I guess. Is that having an effect? Oh, yes. It is, but it's very slow. It's almost imperceivable. Right, so what we've done is got rid of that little triangle boy. Let's go up and make sure we haven't ruined the land above. That would be catastrophic. No, we haven't. Okay. Anywhere else where we need to really fix this stuff? Not really. Okay, cool. Everything is fine. Let's put the water back on. Boom, water. Here there, little bubbly boys. There are no little bubbly boys. Ah, that's excellent. We do have a little bit of weirdness going along this beach, so let's hit the smooth button. I turn the ocean off. So we can see here, here, and here. 1 and 2, 3. Wow, it's kind of hard to see actually, but it's all kind of very triangle-y. I'm going to get rid of that. So, oh, I want the display ocean off. Third button. No, last button. What am I talking about? Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing. So change the smooth height, change the size up, and then just normalize these points here. Let's do that. Much better. Much smoother. I like it. I like it a lot. Turn the water back on. Boom. So that's much better. So what we've done is we made the river a little bit deeper. Boom. It's going to have coral and things in there probably, and little fishy boys, because the whatever gets put into the sea floor is dependent on the depth of the water. So if you want coral, if you want rocks, you want fish, the deeper it is, the more variety of things you're going to have. So yeah, it's going to have stuff swimming around in it. Excellent. That was good. We're going to hit up objects. Oh, but you've already put objects in. Yeah, I know, right? It's cool. Do we need anything in here? Probably. Just gonna slam a rock in there. That'll do. But take the blue and the red and just slide them in. It's a little thing. It's a little thing. So what we're going to do is push that in over there, raise it up a little bit, so that anyone sort of poking their head in doesn't see a gap in the mesh. I'm also going to put one here and push that back and across, back, and just across, and then down a little bit. Again, it's the same thing. It's just anyone poking their head in is like, oh, there's stuff in there. Yeah, there is stuff in there. It's it just, I don't know. It's like peering behind a waterfall when you're in a video game. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna see if they actually bothered to do anything in there. Oh, they did. Excellent. So there we go. So the river actually comes out. It's a little bit more convincing now, a little bit deeper. The whole thing's a little deeper. You've got a little beach here, and a little smoother than it was, and so you can walk down and do a swim out to the sea if you should so wish. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I'm really happy with that. It's a little thing. Very little changes just make things pop. And that is excellent. We're gonna do, speaking of little changes, we've got these bare ass cliffs. Bare ass cliffs. Not to be confused with bare ass cliffs. Or bear cliff. No, I don't even know. I'm getting myself confused now. So we're going to hit up trees, terrain objects, so we don't have anything selected, because if you pull something out of the toolbox, you might accidentally move something else in the island. It happens occasionally. It's weird. Remember to save often, kids. Remember to save often, and then, you know, you'll probably be okay. We want the bush. Hello, bush. Are you our friend? No, you're massive. But you will help us momentarily. So what we're going to do is take the bush and we're going to put it into the cliff. We're going to hit rotate. This is going to be a little bit dodgems because, well, it just is. Sometimes we can get into a situation where we are moving something around, and because we have so many objects in an area, what will happen is we'll kind of let go of an object, and it'll snap onto something else randomly around the map, kind of in line with whatever you were adjusting, and then you accidentally move something and you have no idea what you've moved. So just keep an eye out for this toggle snapping to something else, especially if you have a lot of objects. We're just going to rotate and move this around. Why are we doing this? Well, because we want a little bit of texture to the rock, a little green texture. It's good. Don't worry about it. We know what we're doing. I mean, we mostly know what we're doing. Or do we know what we're doing? Yes, we know what we're doing. So excellent. We're going to have some of this green texture here. We're going to have to check this. Anytime we use one of these bushes, we need to check it actually in the main game when we load the map into the main game, because of LOD. So this might be slightly bigger than it actually is here. If that's the case, then it's not so much of a problem. We're going to pull that out a little bit. So what we're doing is just decorating the cliff edge. We don't want to do it in such a way that if somebody falls down here, they get stuck. So we've got to be a little bit careful about that. So we just let the Navy helicopter fly overhead. It's a Merlin if you wanted to know that. Probably not. We're going to throw some plants on the walls though. Another bush maybe? Oh, bushes. We should probably throw something here. Maybe this side? What we don't want to do is too much of the same thing. Yeah, definitely another bush though. So we have nothing selected. Oh, we do. Terrain objects. Oh, I was distracted by the helicopter. Terrain objects, we're going to put that in. Again, this thing will follow the terrain. So what you do is you put it into a position where it's kind of usable, and then you just R to rotate, just moving these toggles around. T to transform. So as we move it around, red, blue and green, you kind of need to move your own camera around in the 3D space so that you can actually see what's going on quite often. So what we'll do is move that up and then green to push it in. It might be different. It might be different because of the way you've orientated stuff, but you know, just if you get a little confused, left, right, up and down until you can kind of get a mental map of what's actually going on. Excellent. So what we do is push that in. Rudder rotate, so just pivot it. So what I want is green up here. There's going to be a little gap in the old meshy boy. So we'll just pull that in and out until it kind of looks okay. It doesn't so much matter if there are just a few leaves clipping through or a lot of leaves clipping through. It's just to get that greenery in. Now, what I don't want is it really being in the sea. I'm probably not gonna have much of a choice over that. I think that's fine actually. This side, yep, that's fine. Just as a kind of a general rule, if it's a green plant or a deciduous plant, don't throw it in the sea. Mangroves, I believe, can be in the sea because that's just where mangroves live. They're just like, ooh, you know what? I'm gonna live in the sea now. Excellent. So we got some greenery there. That's pretty sweet. If we hit terrain and objects, we can throw in some other plants. Nana plants. Do they grow out of rocks? Well, I mean, it's our world. We can have them doing whatever we want. Ceremons. I mean, we can also do that. Probably not the one with the. Probably not the one with the old. What am I trying to think? The flower. Ooh, the flower. So what we do is put that in there. Bearing in mind that you might end up in a situation where a player lands on this thing, and it has a collision box. So you want to push it deep into the rock, like really get it in there, so that the collision box is quite limited. So if they fall on it, they're not going to get stuck halfway up a cliff and have to reload their game. That would upset everyone. We're going to move it around so the leaves aren't so clipped into the world. I mean, we might not have a choice over that. I mean, this leaf here is obviously clipped, but it's something that, I mean, if we push that one all the way in, we can bring that one a little bit out. Ooh, it's tricksy. It's tricksy. I think we're just going to have to do it as much as we can, and then just kind of shrug and say, "Oh, it's good." That's that. Oh, that's exactly what has happened there. So we were moving the ceremon, and now it's just snapped onto the cliff edge behind. So keep an eye out for that, because that will ruin your day if you were thinking you were moving this plant, and then suddenly you move the cliff instead. That. Terrain objects, that would be upsetting to say the least. So can we actually select it again? We can move it out a little bit. Let's do that. Just make sure the stem is still in the world. It is. Excellent. There are some plants that are worse than others for their collision box, and the nana plant is the absolute tippity top of the worst. So the banana plant, you try and walk through one of these things, you're going to have a bad time. It's just the way it is. It's like that. It's just the way it is. So we can throw it in a place where you're not gonna likely to collide with it. Kind of that, maybe. It's a pretty sweet place. In fact, that's a pretty sweet placement. In fact, we're just gonna leave it. We're doing it. I'm doing it. I'm just leaving it there. Look already, how much better those cliffs are. That is, I would cry. But I'm part Klingon and I don't have the tear ducts to do it. So, nah, I lie. Batteries not included. Just cry every time. It's just it's a beautiful film. But every time the little robots are born without the batteries, you know it's coming, and you're just like, oh no, why didn't they just? But it's okay. I mean, it's an old film. Spoilers, they get batteries in the end. We're just going to take a ficus. Ficus 1? Huh? But you can do that? Yeah, you can just put a little ficus boy in the cliff. And then rotate it up. Yeah. Well, can we select the ficusy boy again? Can we press T to transform? We can actually move him over. A little bit up. Then we're over. Yeah. Oh, we pressed F to focus. Excellent. So that's kind of, that's a thing that's happening. We want the ficusy boy there? Well, from the top, it does obscure some of the grey. That's kind of cool. From the side, it does kind of obscure some of the grey. Front on, it looks a little bit weird, but the players are not actually going to see it front on. Not likely to see it front on. We could actually get rid of that. Can we check? Nope, that's the shrub. That's the bush. So yes, T transform. Make sure you're actually moving the right thing. Let's get rid of it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, it's because the ficus 1, 2, and 3 are destructible ficuses. Ficus tree 2 and ficus tree are non-destructible ficuses, so you can actually put an entire freaking tree there. Let's put it up fairly level. There you go. Slightly bigger model. In fact, incredibly bigger model, but we're not going to let that worry us. Put that down. Rudder rotate. Now we're wholly going to accept that this at some point is going to snap, and it just did. So we let go, and it snapped back onto the cliff edge. I mean, it's a thing that happens. It's a thing that happens, and we're going to have to just kind of have to live with it. This bush we did move slightly, so we're going to move it back out a little bit. Okay. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Unless you're watching this in the future and it is Christmas, in which case, well, good. My prediction came true. Otherwise, yeah, it's beginning to look a little bit more au naturel, because wherever you have a surface, something's going to try and grow on it. Yeah, it's just a fact of nature. So we've got the palms. We could throw in some palms, but honestly, it might be a little bit overkill in the middle of the forest. Loggy boys, ficuses, ceremons. I want something here. I want something here just to fill in this space. Now we could throw in another bush. That would be fairly easy to do. I don't know if we got too much of the scrubby bushiness there. Well, probably not, actually. I think we could probably get away with another one on this side, just here. If we really just jammed it into the world. So let's do that. Let's try it at least. We can always try something, and if it don't work, then we get rid of it. Unless we can't select it, in which case we are sad. Let's push that back. Put it over. Put it up. Rotate a little bit, so we'll take the blue and pull it out towards us. T to transform. Grab the red, moving them up a little bit. Rotate, move them out towards us even more. T to transform, use, whoop, I want the green, so I'm going to have to move in a 3D space to get the green toggle. There we are. Push that back. And it's a subtle, oh, that is so super subtle. Super subtle. Rotate, just push that back in the top. And then we have to, can we select it again? Yes, we can. Green, just move them out a little bit. And then red, move them down a little bit. Oh yeah, no, okay, so terrain objects. We wanted something there just to fill in that gap. The bush was going to be too big, but we just literally pushed it all the way back into that crevice in the terrain. That's thinking with portals. I like it. Right, okay, so we're going to need like the salmon. It's a big shrub. We got the alocasia as well. How about the alocasia in the top? I mean, we probably don't use it as much as we should. Alocasia 2. Are you gonna be a little bit of a easier boy to use? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. So we've got these big old shadows. Big old shadows, but that's a time of day thing, so we don't want to worry about that so much. Move it around until we find our nirvana? No, until we find a good, sensible spot. Unfortunately, we didn't let go. It snapped onto something else. And oh, no, we have it. We have it. Excellent. Ignore me. I'm so worried about this snapping onto something else that quite often you're just like, oh, we've lost it. Oh no, doctor, you could have unplugged the plant. But nope, we got it. We got it. It's fine. So that's a bit of a. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That's I'm feeling that. Okay, throwing objects at the top so we don't lose it. We have this edge of the bush. So the bush model is a big sort of green blob with a load of sprites on top. And that's how that works. Lots and lots of sprites. In fact, that's how trees work. You just have a few polygons to make the branches, and then the rest is sprites. But we have this thing on the top where there's not many sprites. I don't like that. It's not a good sign. I think we should probably... I still want to squeeze a Nana in there somewhere. You gotta get your Nana. Good source of potassium. 1 a day is okay. Any more than 1 banana a day and you risk something fibrosis. Can't remember the name of it. But it's also good for people with low serotonin because I can't remember whatever the active chemical in the banana is can cross the blood-brain barrier and allows you to have an alternative to serotonin. So it makes you feel happier if you're one of those people like me who suffer from seasonal adjustment. So it's a cool thing. A nana a day makes you feel better. So we've done what we've done is we push it right down into the bush, so that anyone running over the top doesn't really get stuck. The tree, if we go down here, the tree is there, still accessible and everything, so you can run along there. We've got a lot of greenery here. What we haven't done is gone too crazy with the greenery. I mean, what we could do is just put the entire pack of plants straight in there, and we would, we would probably just over egg that particular pudding. Don't want to do that. However, there is a big gap there in the top part of the cliff. Do we want to do something with that? I mean, we could. I can throw another bush in. It's a thing, isn't it? It's a thing. We could try it. I mean, let's try it. If it don't work, it don't work. So, rotate. I'm going to rotate that all the way around the other way. Now I'm going to press T to transform. I'm going to turn in a 3D space. I'm going to grab the green toggle. I'm going to move it back. Ooh, okay, that's kind of working. I mean, it's subtle, but it's, I think it might actually work for us. Who does number 2 work for? Well, turns out it's us. Whip it around the other way. Yeah, we're gonna need it back the way it was. It's kind of an awkward shape to be this kind of picky about. Let's get rid of it. Goodbye. Put it out again, but put it on the flat of the land. Okay, that's going to be better. Bring it back out here. There we go. That's much better. So what we want... focus. F to focus. Why is my hand over there? Because I've been playing a lot of first-person shooters and F does something in one of them. Let's do this. Pull that back a little bit. So that gap has now been filled in. It's a subtle way of filling it in. We've got the green shrubby boy out there. I'm going to push it in a little bit more. There we go. Excellent. So what we haven't done is obscure the view from the top. The view is still there. Hello, there's the view. It's a beautiful view. What we've done is we've added a lot of greenery here. We could add another plant here on the end, maybe? Question mark. Terrain and objects, so we don't have anything selected. So we could add our flowering ceremony. That was good. I like that. I like that angle. Rotate. Just a little bit of a rotate. Just so that, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem having that tip of that leaf clipped in there. Just saying. I think it's going to be fine. We'll rotate it around, see if we can get a better angle on anything. That's probably better. Yeah, excellent. Just going to check the stem, make sure it's actually in the ground. It is in the ground, so that's cool. We're going to move away. Terrain. Terrain and objects. So we don't have anything selected. That's good. I'm liking that. So what we've done, again, it's subtle. So what we've done is made the river deeper. A lot deeper. We've dressed the entrance to the actual river spring itself, so the water coming out from the land goes into the river a lot cleaner than it was. We've got rid of any of the bubbles that could be a gap between the island mesh and the water mesh. We have dressed the cliffs, so the cliffs themselves now have plants and things on them, so everything's lovely and more natural, as it were. So that's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's subtle. It's just a little thing that you can do, but it works. It works quite well. So anyone looking through there now has the blue, the green, and the grey, and it's all framed with that fallen tree. And it is, yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. So I'm going to leave it there. If you're liking this, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe, and if you do subscribe, click the little bell because that will give you notifications when videos go live, and I tell you what, I'll catch you next time.